complaining about the liberals, and as a liberal you can keep complaining about the Republicans, but the reality of it is y'all are going to keep distracted on bitching and moaning about each other until you'll both starve to death because you don't have any money left to buy the extremely expensive food because all of your money went into buying gas. So maybe you'll need to stop that and start focusing on this a little bit more, and how to try and maybe bring about a solution or put some pressure on the government in a way that isn't partisan, but is more so just looking to try and save yourself at this point, so that way it doesn't end up being an unmitigated disaster because y'all are too distracted trying to get one over on the other group. But outside of
this, get this on the fertilizer, because I'm not very familiar with where the fertilizer comes from. The question I asked was this: where does the U.S. import most of its fertilizer from? And it looks like the U.S. is one of the world's top fertilizer importers. It relies on imports for roughly 25% of the total fertilizer used here in the United States. It imports nearly all of its potassium or potash, but significantly less nitrogen and phosphate. So it looks like most of the nitrogen-based fertilizers apparently come from Canada, Qatar, and they're saying Russia. But I'm not so sure about Russia anymore, but they're saying Qatar and Canada. Also, they're saying with phosphorus, apparently the U.S. has strong domestic production, but still relies pretty heavily on imports for phosphorus-based fertilizers as well. The one thing that apparently we do have a good bit from is apparently, let's see here, it's not saying exactly which one, but we're actually one of the biggest importers of fertilizer apparently in the world.
Yeah, we generally are. Like, that's one of the that's also why, getting in a trade war with Canada is incredibly concerning, because actually a lot of our fertilizer is imported from Canada as well. So, that's generally why, people never think about that kind of stuff. You don't want to get in trade wars with people and, like, tariff the hell out of everything because, you might rely on that to be able to eat the next day. But outside of that, it's not really looking like a good situation. It's looking rather grim right now, from the fact that a large amount of farms are already declaring bankruptcy and a significant increase year to year. It's a 46% increase already nationwide, and this is only about a month and a half into the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. And also we're seeing that oil reserves inside of the country are going to be plummeting into non-existence within the next several months, probably within the next 3 months at this current rate of consumption that we're seeing. These are untenable. If there is no way for the economy to move and for goods to be transported, then the economy comes to a complete standstill. If there's no fertilizer for our crop yields are going to diminish to the point that we might see that there are significant shortages that are going on across the entirety of the country in the United States of America, which is not going to be a good situation either. And then at that point, there's no way to be able to import anything from elsewhere around the world. So I would have to say, we certainly need to start taking some really, proactive actions inside of the Middle East. Otherwise, a lot of y'all are going to be pretty hungry and a lot poorer here in the very near future because we keep on mismanaging the situation inside of the Middle East. But outside of that, a lot of people currently are talking about whether or not the Iranians would ever unblock the Strait of Hormuz. Because getting us on into the other pieces of news that we were able to hear, the Islamic Republic of Iran did seize 2 more vessels today within the Strait of Hormuz, and video footage did come out today showing one of those tankers that had been seized, well, actually a container ship.
So I was just reading this. Cross-border movement of feces-based fertilizer from Canada to the U.S. involves strict regulations with significant biosolid, human waste, and manure traffic occurring. While some human sewage sludge is shipped from the state of Maine, hey, that's here. The sewer sludge is shipped from the state of Maine to New Brunswick for disposal. Imports of... Why are you looking at me like that? Imports of processed biosolids or manure-based fertilizers require specialized approvals and potentiality. What? Maine has shipped human waste surplus sludge to New Brunswick and Canada for processing. Why do they ship it there for processing? I don't know. Could be where the processing plants are for that. I'm good, thanks. Having some green tea. How are you doing? Yeah, it's interesting. They've done that for quite a while. They say a lot of people prefer the human fertilizer over the animal fertilizer. Some prefer the animal. It's interesting when you get into different things. Some either want human or animal. You start getting into things such as Botox or insulin. Right, so let's see. That's a good question. So yes, the human grade Botox is far more expensive than the FDA approved cosmetic fillers. So over the years, this has been something, and this goes hand in hand with other medications and right, when you even perfumes, anything, you have, expensive perfumes that are made without chemicals, where a lot of expensive ones are made with the horrible chemicals, and you're like, well, why would you pay that much? Right, I mean, the point of it's strange, isn't it? You have to pay more to get one that doesn't have the chemicals in it. That's way safer. Doesn't give you asthmatic reactions. Yeah, some of those scents, different perfumes, it's almost instant. Yeah, it closes your throat right up. Certain ones you can tell it's just not good. Yeah, it doesn't mean get rid of it, but why add when it's not really necessary? It doesn't even smell good, it stinks. Anyways. Right, and so then you have these rich people that get the human grade Botox, the expensive non-generic stuff, and then they promote it, and all the below middle class people want to be cool like Mike, right? So then they're getting the FDA approved stuff that the insurances will pay for. See how it gets right? So the rich people that use the good sourced stuff that's probably not going to kill you or paralyze you. And God knows what other bacterial infection. And then they can just blame it on COVID. Yet all these infections are not from the vaccines and Botox and all these other stem cell injections we're getting. What would make you think the bacterial overloads are from that? No, there's some strange unknown disease. We need to get another vaccine. And people actually fell for it. I know, we were beside ourselves. That was a long time ago, huh? Look at us now. Right, so then you have these rich people that promote that crap because they are banking on the generic shit. They all invest in that stuff like crazy. Notice how none of them want to talk about it? You sick fucks. Right, so anyways, yes, human grade Botox and similar. Some of the FDA cosmetic fillers are generally far more expensive. Right, so when you get into a lot of these little parties they're going around to, people have their little briefcases, and all the cool adults promote it to the younger ladies, and if they don't do it, they're not cool like them. Dude, I've been in them, and I've looked at them and like, wow, you people are sick. Oh, trust me, I don't last long in those places. I don't really frequent them anymore. No, back around 2000, let's say 7 or 8. It was a little after the house fire. Yeah, and they had sent what's Chandrama. Right, so I'm like, okay, her name spells channel drama. You guys really? Okay. I know they're inviting her. Oh, Chandrama, and she's so good. And she just knows things that she should know. Dude, they're passing around your fucking medical records and counselor. I mean, it's all right there. Right, and you know some of the people that were connected to them, and then you add in different investigations. They're a bunch of just nasty fucking people, dude. Right, so anyways, they're at these little parties in Chandrama, right? I was like, I'm all fucking set. You people are crazy. I know, what's her name was there. She was bragging about how she got the government to pay for her boob job because having not big boobs, because that's what all the men like, was giving her a complex. So that got paid for because PTSD, you know, it's a horrible thing. I know, it's just pathetic. It's sad and pathetic when you think about human life and love and how so many people just seem to not even acknowledge any of that stuff and want to profit from really dangerous things that are killing people, and they seem to think it's okay. It's weird. Look at them. They fucking walk around like they're good people. They're killing people. Look, we're helping people. No, you're killing people. Shut them up. Fuck you, you nasty cunt. Hate speech. Shut the fuck up. I hate these fucking people. I really do. I'm specifically talking to nasty fucking people that are protecting pedophiles and murderers in our community who have custody of young children who cannot talk and tell you the abuse they're going through because they were vaccine injured in 2013 behind my back because of the fucking psychos. You're going to kill people for not vaccinating. I'm a bad mother, shouldn't have kids. It's absolutely horrible what they've been doing to people. And there's a lot of good people that have been trying to speak out for those people who have been getting attacked. And then they get laughed at and attacked by the fucking mobs of nasty fucking salespeople and peddlers and pamphlet passer-outers and spiritual fucks. Right, so anyways, yeah, the human grade is way more expensive. Here's a breakdown of the cost differences and reasons based on available information. Human versus medicine pricing. Yeah, I know, it's pretty bad, huh? Yeah, I was just looking at that, Jesus Christ. Significantly higher costs. Studies show that medication for humans can be over 5 times more expensive, on average, than the same medications intended for pets. Well, that's the thing, is they do, that's the thing. You're getting the animal ones a lot of times. Especially in those traveling bands, when they're just like pulling out a briefcase and you don't know who the fuck it is. I know, they're certified and they have a card and everything. I bet they even have a certificate. Yeah, so did the fucking doctor that just murdered his wife. So did the other doctor that just murdered his kids. So did the fucking social studies teacher that just shot his fucking wife in the head. Yeah, they all had fucking degrees and cards. You think that means anything to me? Obviously, it impresses other people. Apparently, you nasty fucking entitled spoiled brats. I really hope the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine do what they're supposed to do to help these children and expose the facts and concerns here, because you people have been fucking and torturing innocent people with your rhetoric and your antics and your ignorance to basic concerns. Profiting. Right, I mean, these concerns are pretty easy to address, right? And it's pretty easy for them to ignore it and do what they've been doing with their little on and offline games with our children and different things like that over the years. I know, as you can see, it blends in with the good people that are watching just for whatever other reason. Investigations, security, just curious. We get hackers. We're open on the grid. It's like a big green flashing light. Easy access, easy access. Yeah, how many years have we been telling you? And the people around here, they don't want to wake up. We're just a fucking worm, dude. Oh, it's so sick. It's sick and so disgusting. And when you think of everything going on and the concerns, the basic concerns, basic concerns. There you go. Right, so when they're ignoring all that and they are pushing and pumping out the fucking drugs, the Botox, the stem cells, the fighting, the psychedelics, and just completely ignoring all these innocent children and people being killed, not even acknowledging it as though that just happens in those worlds. Yeah, those people, they don't know any better. They went to public school. Right, and when you listen to some people, what do they say? Don't put your kids in public school. Right, exactly. Then if something happens, well, it's your own fault because you were stupid and put them in public school. Right, so people shouldn't have that kind of mindset. You shouldn't have to feel like, to keep your kids safe, to not put them in public school. And that's what a lot of those people say. They wouldn't even fucking think about letting their kids go to a public school. But they sure do like to fuck with the funding, don't they? I know. A few kids are mouthy and they all need to be taught a lesson. We cannot let them have full reign. Yeah, it gets really sick and disgusting when you're listening to these people and the way they talk and try to justify. You can't. That's why a lot of them don't get in the room with certain people at certain levels of awareness, because they know they'll look like fucking idiots when they're faced with these kind of questions about the issues that we're facing, because half of them fucking profit from and pop this shit. Right, and when you try to push that out, then they complain as though people are trying to control the things that they invest in, or this or that. It becomes so political. You're just trying to do someone a favor. Right, and think about these businesses and how much money is made off of these things they're promoting. And then the ignorance, I mean, that's a whole other business. The ignorance to it, and the people. You can't even begin to count how many people disappear, get killed, have to kill themselves, right? Because these investigations, they come to those crossroads to an end, new beginnings. It's gone cold. Got some hot tips. Yeah, we've done these cases our whole lives. These kids usually get abused and tortured and fucked by these punks and nasty people till they die. Those are facts. Right, so when we're watching these people and good investigators going around and they're going into a pastor's house because his military son, who wants to be a military pastor, is watching pretty violent child pornography, and they want to get the producers. Some of it's old, some of it's fake. It's mixed in, right? So they want to help the kids in some of those videos that aren't old and fake. Old or fake. Yeah, a lot of them, they just recycle old ones, especially with the investigations. Right, so we have producers right here. What can we do about it? How dare you? Well, let's talk about the facts. See, that's why they won't do it, because once you start talking about it, the truth is shown and it's obvious. But you can't do anything about it. Oh, we see this all the time, and they know that they can't be proven as far as those kind of things. When you look at the history here, and the lawyer activity, and the state workers, and what's been going on, you might begin to understand that. Yeah, so if people actually do wake up and start questioning it, aside from the crazy ones that they don't have to listen to because they're crazy and don't know what they're talking about, and how dare they, right? Yeah, if people wake up and start realizing the truth, usually they just move away. They don't have to listen to it, right? Yeah, it happens all the time. Sometimes we see murder-suicides. I think it depends on if they feel like they're going to be busted or not, but some of them, they know how cut and dry and clean swept they are, so... Yeah, pretty good setup. When you look at it and you see the history here, you should be horrified and doing what you can to help those kids. We're dead mothers. We're watching from the great beyond. We can't do shit but speak out on these airwaves and hope that people with fucking common sense and the ability to speak the truth fucking do that. Hey, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's this fucking crazy lady, psychotic, I don't know. Right? I mean, who cares? I could be the craziest. I could be a serial killer. There's some fucking psycho loser serial killer. Should be locked up, you know? But anyways, there's kids. Just because it's her kids, I mean, that doesn't mean we should let it happen, right? Yeah, because, I mean, this child and animal pornography, a lot of it's pretty violent. And they want to get the producers. Yeah, and we want to help the children.